everybody. Logan here. Oh, how about this news? So, it looks like next gen is coming sooner than we think. It's not really that soon. So, according to this article from Windows Central, it looks like court documents are suggesting the new consoles, PlayStation 6 and Next Xbox or Xbox, because, you know, they never have consistent branding. We had Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. So, with whatever the next Xbox may be and PlayStation 6 coming in 2028, it's not as soon as you think. We're on the cusp of, 2024. We're halfway through 2023. So if they're coming in 2024, we've had these consoles come out at the end of 2020. So if they come out of holiday 2028, 20 to 21, 21 to 22, 22 to 23, 23 to 24, 24 to 25, 25 to 26, 26 to 27, 27 to 28, 8 full years. You know why I did that? Because some people don't like math, so it's easier to show. But think about that. 8 years for a console life cycle. That's still pretty long. That's extremely long. Remember back in the day of the NES and the Super NES and the Nintendo 64? You got 5-year life cycles. 5 years. 91 for the Super NES. Right? 91? When did the N64 come out? Depending on your territory, but 96. It's 5 years. NES. 85 here in the States to 91. That's 6 years. So think about that. Think about that. So, same thing. GameCube, 2001, right? 2001. When did the Wii come out? 2006. That's 5 years. So having an 8-year life cycle is actually pretty decent. But with the power that we have in current gen consoles, people aren't so surprised. There's even rumors now that we may not even get a Series X Pro or a Series XX or a Series SX or a Series SXX or whatever, or a PlayStation 5 Pro. Simple conventional console naming. How about that? It's a crazy thing, isn't it? But hey, we didn't even get it with Nintendo's not a big proponent of mid-gen enhancements. They usually do sleeker, smaller redesign of the same console, except for the 3DS. We got the new 3DS. But here, let me pull up this article. I've been talking long enough, but you guys know. Let's talk about this here. So, let's get into the article. That, like I said, this comes from Windows Central. The next Xbox and PS6 could launch as early as 2028, according to court documents. And it looks like there's a sale for Best Buy. Wow, though. They must have paid a lot. Wow. Console Generation 10 could be just a few years away. Few years? That's 4 years. That's 4 years. Think about that. Like, in context of what I just said. Is it really few short years? Yeah, time flies these days, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like it goes by faster? I feel like it does. So, what you need to know. I like how they do this on Windows Central. They give you a little backstory before they get into the meat and potatoes. The FTC is suing to stop Microsoft's $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard King, the publisher of popular titles like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Overwatch. Call of Duty not as popular as it used to be, but we'll not get into that. We already discussed that. I think they bought King just so they can call themselves Activision Blizzard King. So they can just say they're the king. Microsoft has had to provide documents pertaining to their business strategies to the court to support their arguments for the acquisition. Court documents reveal that Microsoft expects the next console generation, including a new Xbox and PlayStation 6, to begin around 2028. So, with that being said, all this right here is what I said. They just used the Xbox era and PS3 generation. Here's where, let's see. Let's just skip this. As you can see, like I said, it basically outlines I used older generations. The FTC versus Microsoft hearing is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Yes. The court documents surrounding the case have pulled back the typically opaque curtain on the inner workings of Sony and Microsoft, despite heavy amounts of redacting. One such document to be produced for the hearing reveals that Microsoft expects the next generation consoles to launch in 2028. So you can read the full article. Yeah, whatever. So according to these documents, Microsoft just thinks it's going to come out in 2028, or they'll be out by 2028. But that's just them thinking. They're like, hey, they probably have a timeline or a time frame that they expect their next console will be out. And usually when one announces it, the other one will too. It's just usually how it works. But with Phil Spencer already admitting defeat, that's sad. I was going to cover that, but I kind of covered it in a couple of other videos. And he just apparently reiterated that Microsoft is lost. And that's sad from someone who used to be a huge Xbox fan. But I understand. The Xbox Series X came out swinging all this power. But Microsoft made mistake after mistake after mistake. Buying these companies, good moves. Not making games, bad moves. Getting into politics, bad moves. Buying companies that are pushing away their fans, bad move. But they couldn't see that, but they were doing it themselves. So bad moves just all around. And no matter what they say, the writing's on the wall. Consumers have reacted. They want games. They want good games. They want to support companies with their money that don't hate them. They want to support companies with their money that don't lie to them or make all these promises with all this grandeur and deliver nothing. You can have Sony, who says, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to deliver in a reasonable time. Yes, sometimes their games get pushed back. It happens. But they pretty much deliver like they say they are. Or you can have Nintendo that just says, here you go, it's done, it's ready, we're giving it to you now. Yeah, we have games like Tears of the Kingdom and Metroid Prime 4. Tears got pushed back a little, Metroid Prime. But hey, Nintendo went, Metroid Prime 4, we didn't like it. We're starting over. We're letting you guys know. As soon as we get any more information, we'll tell you. We're not making any promises because we don't want to get your hopes up and dash them all down. So, with that being said, Microsoft sees the future already. They already see their next console if they actually plan on making it. I think this kind of says it's clear they plan on making another console. I'm hoping Perfect Dark, Gears of War 6. I hope they call it Gears of War 6 because Gears 6 just sounds stupid. I hated the Gears 5 name. The next Halo. I wouldn't be surprised if they just hold them all back and go, you know what? Xbox, because who knows what they're going to call it. Nextbox or Xbox Next or Xbox this or Xbox fuddy-duddy. I don't know. Maybe they'll do that. But if they do stuff like that, where they keep pushing these games back and back and back and back, they will have clearly lost this generation, without even trying to regain a footing in the marketplace. And by the time the next Xbox comes out, they'll already be dead in the water, which is bad. So, Microsoft, pull back on the politics. Pull back on the promises that you don't intend to keep. Pull back on these, hey, look, we're doing all this, and hey, you won it. And these bad trailers like Fable and, oh God, that was terrible. But yeah, we are getting Starfield from them. And oh God, don't let me get into how now the whole thing's leaked that Starfield wasn't even going to be on the Xbox, at least not at launch. Ooh, so that was one of the big reasons that they bought Bethesda. Yeah, so that's another article. This video's gone on long enough. Just saying, Microsoft, according to these court documents, believes next gen will start in 2028. So you guys still got time to get your PS5, your Xbox Series XS, and hopefully we'll have the new Nintendo console by then. But we still got around good 4 years and a half 4.5 years. You got your time. Pick one up this year. PlayStation 5s are pretty easy to pick up. You can walk into any store and get a Series X or a Series S. Go ahead. Get them. Well, if you can. Because, well, if you can. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Tell me what you guys think. Does this bother you? Do you think it's going to be sooner? Do you think it's going to be later? Do you even think there's going to be another Xbox? We know there's going to be a PlayStation 5, especially with Sony saying, hey, you know what? We're not even going to give Activision, Microsoft's Activision, any specs or information on the PlayStation 6. Ooh, story for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Tell me what you guys think about possibly having consoles, new consoles in 2028. It seems realistic. Very realistic. Remember, be legendary. Thanks again.